Jamaican and U.S. officials in talks about stemming the flow of guns to Jamaica, says Holness. Jamaican authorities have been engaging with their counterparts in the United States on further measures that can be taken to stem the flow of illegal guns into the island. Prime Minister Andrew Holness said the discussions are focused on greater security measures at the country's ports, including securing more scanners. I've put to our U.S. friends, they need to require greater identification for persons sending packages to Jamaica from the U.S., Holness said on Sunday, as he delivered the main address at the Jamaica Labour Party's annual conference inside the national arena. With the gun being the weapon of choice in upwards of 80% of the more than 1,200 murders committed in Jamaica each year, the government and the security forces are stepping up their efforts to remove the illegal weapons from the nation's streets. A gun amnesty that ended on Saturday yielded over 90 firearms and more than 2,500 rounds of ammunition, according to the Prime Minister. And more than 650 illegal guns are being seized each year. However, pressure was being placed on the Holness administration to increase its lobby of the U.S. government regarding the flow of guns from the country to Jamaica. Holness said his government will be going further. We'll also be opening discussions with our U.S. friends to have special operations to target Jamaican dons overseas who are using their resources and influence to solicit and direct murders here in Jamaica, he said. He told the conference that for too long, foreign dons have been able to get away with this. We're going to ensure that they can no longer stay in another country and direct crime here, he assured. He blasted those persons for engaging in activities that he said are destroying the communities they left behind. Personally, I think it is a shame that someone who got the opportunity to migrate would use that opportunity to seek to make their community a living hell for the people they have left behind, the Prime Minister stated. Instead of sending back computers and assisting with school fees, they are sending guns and bullets to encourage you to kill your brothers and sisters. They mean us no good. They must be arrested and locked away for good, he remarked. Holness vowed that will put a stop to this. And he noted that it was not only criminals overseas who were remotely promoting crime and murders in Jamaica. In our local prisons, criminals are conducting extortion operations and directing murders right out of our prisons, he said. To curtail the long-standing problem, Holness said he has given instructions for the construction of a high security, the design for which is now complete. He acknowledged that the project has been on the books for some time, but said the design and costs were now finalized. He shared that the new prison, which he described as a project of strategic national interest, will make it difficult for inmates to communicate with those on the outside. The Prime Minister also pointed to the new corrections bill, which includes criminal penalties, including stiffer custodial penalties for correctional officers who assist prisoners in obtaining contraband such as cell phones. PNP to decide on SOE next step, says Golding. Opposition leader Mark Golding has indicated that the People's National Party PNP will be holding an executive meeting on Monday evening to determine its position on the state of public emergency ahead of Tuesday's sitting of the House of Representatives. Golding, who is the PNP president, made the declaration while addressing a St. James Central Constituency Conference held at the Greenpond High School in Greenpond, St. James, on Sunday evening. We understand the pain and the fear that the people are feeling because crime is out of control, but the way to solve it is not by abusing the Constitution. We'll be discussing this issue tomorrow night at a joint parliamentary executive meeting, and we'll take our decision as to what we'll do on Tuesday in the House when the resolution comes to extend the SOEs, Golding told supporters. Last week Tuesday, Prime Minister Andrew Holness announced the imposition of states of public emergency in St. James, Hanover, Westmoreland, Clarendon, St. Catherine, and parts of Kingston and St. Andrew. That announcement came in response to an increase in criminal activity, including 1,360 murders recorded in Jamaica up to November 13 this year, a 6.8% increase when compared to 2021. Golding also blasted the ruling Jamaica Labour Party for its management of the crime portfolio and use of states of public emergency, while highlighting that the government currently has two appeals before the court in relation to the security measure. In June, the Supreme Court ruled that Emergency Powers Regulations 22 and 32, in respect to the fundamental right of freedom of movement, and Regulations 30, 33, and 38, in respect of the fundamental right to liberty, breach the Charter of Fundamental Rights and Freedoms of the Constitution.